guys, so for this interview, I interviewed Brian Gundy, who has been in the reptile industry for a very, very long time. He's even been an influencer on YouTube for forever. Some of his videos are like 10 years old. You're definitely going to want to stick around and hear some of Brian's tips and awesome stories.
Brian, hey, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
I know you guys will have a good time. Aiden wants to hear some of your good stories, so
Yeah.
teach him a thing or two.
All of my stories are 100% true. So there was this situation that happened years ago, and this dog was on this deck. It was going berserk. I mean, it was just growling and barking and snarling and stuff. And I was down below this deck about 150 feet. Well, the dog's not going to do anything. You know, he's not going to jump off that 12-foot thing, right? He did. The dog jumped off of a 12-foot deck.
Was it a big dog or was it small?
I mean, about 40, 50 pounds. Sure.
It was a good sized dog.
The dog was charging me, hackles up, snarling.
Oh, gosh.
I'm being attacked by a dog right now, just like that. I get down on my hands and knees and I go, come on, babe, come on, come on, come on. And I watched this dog go from snarling, full-grown attack within a few seconds, slow down, and as it got closer and closer, before you knew it, the dog was in my arms and we were just
Aww.
It was just the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It took me to the end of your story to guess what you were saying because only Aiden can hear you in the headphones right now.
Yeah.
But by the end of the story, I recognized it. However, for anybody that's watching, if you want an interesting experience, go back, turn the sound off, watch Brian Gundy talk with his hands and try to figure out what he's saying for a little while. I'm going to leave you two alone because I got to go clean some snake cages. I will catch you later.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right.
My first question is, what message do you want people to gain from your content on YouTube?
Then I'm really here for the beginner, and I'm here to help people get through the tough stages of owning snakes and reptiles and just trying to make their lives easier.
So just educating them and showing people that how to easily take care of the animals.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much misinformation. There seems to be a big, huge disconnect between the way the breeders are working with their husbandry and all, and versus the hobbyist. The beginners seem to lean on getting information from the Petcos and PetSmarts, when in reality they should be, in my opinion, reaching out to the pros, the people that really know this. And most, I can't think of anybody that wouldn't be willing to help anybody.
What is your most meaningful or favorite herping experience?
Probably when I caught my first Zanata, or the Santa Cruz Mountain King snake. So I have the video on YouTube within seconds after I caught it. And it had been a snake that I'd literally been looking for all of my life. So definitely,
that's exciting.
That's got to be way up there, as far as highlights.
Do you have any funny herping experience stories?
So a friend of mine and I were out herping. This was when we were just kids, probably in middle school or something like that. I was the guy that usually caught the lizards, but he wanted to catch this particular one, and he went to grab it, and it turned around and bit him. And as it bit him, he freaked out and threw his hand up in the air and screamed. And as he threw his hand up in the air and screamed, the alligator lizard went flying off of his hand and up into a tree.
Oh, God.
So, that was kind of strange.
Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't been bitten by anything like wild.
You haven't?
Nope.
Oh, you guys should come out here. I'll get you bit.
Yeah, that would be experience.
Catch a lot of wild snakes, you're eventually going to get bit. It's all about fear. So
I just need to go herping more.
Yeah, I'm almost herping every single day.
That's so fun. Garrett told me that you had experience with falcons. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I started into falconry. And at the same time I started into falconry, this is kind of strange, I started competitively racing pigeons.
Ooh,
Garrett
pigeons
doesn't
are like
know
my
this.
favorite bird.
Oh,
So
yeah. So I competitively raced pigeons for 25 years.
that's
And
really
I've
cool.
been a falconer since I was probably 15 or so.
Yeah,
And
that's really cool.
used to go out and catch red-tailed hawks from the wild and bring them home and tame them down and teach them to hunt for me. And
Yeah, that's really cool. What's your favorite bird?
I would say probably the gyrfalcon or the
Yeah.
peregrine, either one. The
Yeah, that's really
gyrfalcon is the
cool.
largest of all falcons, and it has, it's just a beautiful, beautiful bird.
Hmm.
And then the peregrine is the fastest of all birds, so, or at least all falcons.
Yeah.
So that's why, and it's just an impressive, looking animal.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah.
I love falconry.
Yeah, the only birds I have experience with are parakeets. I have 3 little
Well,
parakeets.
that's how I got started too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went from parakeets to red-tailed hawks.
That's a big jump.
When I'm doing local expos, not only do I have animals out on the table to
Mhm.
sell, but I have animals out on the table for people to hold because, I do the educational presentations.
Hmm.
So when I'm doing a reptile expo, to tell you the truth, I'm really not there as my primary goal is not even to sell snakes. My primary goal is to introduce myself or network with parents and school, teachers
Yeah.
and things like that might want to bring me in as an educator, because that's really what pays my bills is the
Mhm.
educational presentations.
Yeah, that's something I want to do a little bit of, the little
Oh, you
educational
should.
shows. Yeah.
It's there's
Yeah.
nothing more fun. It's just a blast.
I'm thinking maybe like the next reptile expo we go to, I might like volunteer and do a little educational show, plan
Oh,
it
there
out
you
and
go.
everything.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
great.
It's very rewarding when you educate and teach someone else.
Yeah,
So,
and the best part for me is when not only educating those that already know about snakes and reptiles, but educating those that think they're the deadliest, the most aggressive, the most dangerous animal on the planet. Really, my focus is, are you afraid? Well, let me take that fear from you, and now let's make this a very fun experience. And
yeah.
that's really what I try to do.
So with your experience with educational shows and YouTube videos and such, what is the most effective way to teach someone not to fear reptiles?
I do a lot of kissing of my animals, and I
I
have
kiss mine
found
too,
that.
so it's okay.
So
I
when
always kiss them.
when I'm showing my audiences a snake and they're out there freaking out, and I'll just literally just take that snake and start kissing on it. As soon as I do that, I can
Yeah.
see the level of intensity in my
Yeah.
audience dropping, because they are now beginning to understand what in the world the guy kisses his snakes. And before you know it, they've gone from I'm scared to death to wow, this is so cool. And that's really what my whole focus and goal is. The only bad part about it is sometimes as I'm finishing up my programs, because I've been kissing my snakes in front of the audience, now the children think it's okay for them to kiss the snakes. And I really don't want children to kiss snakes because, it's
Yeah,
probably not the,
there's salmonella and stuff.
yeah,
that you get
exactly.
from- Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I see that happen, I go, wait, what have I caused here? What am
That's
I
so
doing?
funny. Well, at least they're not scared of them no more.
Yeah, no, and that's really the goal is to
Yeah.
take that fear factor out of the whole experience. Here's a good story for you. The other day I was doing a reptile birthday party a
Uh-huh.
while back, and I had the blue-tongued skink on the table along with all the other animals that are on the table.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to someone, and I look over to my right, and somebody had placed a paper plate with a
Uh-huh.
remnant piece of pepperoni pizza. And I look over to the right, and the blue-tongued skink is eating the pepperoni pizza.
That's what I mean. They
So-
eat anything. They will eat anything. They really
So, and and people laugh when I tell them that story, when I tell my audiences, but because I always ask them, so what do you guys think this lizard eats? Because they're omnivores, so they'll eat anything.
Yeah, they really will eat anything.
Yeah. But I feed mine mostly dog food and
Mhm.
and pepperoni pizza.
How has the reptile industry changed over the years, like in general?
Well, in general, the technology is growing immensely since, when I got started. When I first got started, you could buy snakes by mail, and you would buy them by the foot. The longer the snake, the more value it was.
Yeah, that's very different.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this, bud.
Yeah, I have too. It was really, really fun talking to you. You do got some crazy stories.
Yeah. Crazy times, that's for sure.
Thank you so much for
All right, Aiden.
this.
Take care of yourself, bud.
You too. If you know Brian Gundy, it's crazy how full of energy he is. If you want to watch an interview of an old timer, click this video right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.